What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and welcome to your daily dose of beta day 4. On day 4, I'm going to be changing up my team and trying out an AoE weapon. Now, just about any AoE weapon will do, but we're going to use the Hotshot. I'm also going to use the Hard Knocks, which provides poison and a preemptive counter. That is, once the enemies have burning on them. Then I also have the Barrow or Borrow Guard equipped, and that's going to provide my agent with a Resurrect. The final change to my team is Groot for Havoc, because Groot will protect against single and AoE attacks. And by the way, I did end up facing him quite a few times on day 4, and that's kind of interesting because I had him on my defensive team since before beta began. So yes, for everyone who's been wondering about my defensive team, I was running Guardian Groot and Guardian Star-Lord. I put them on defense right after I got the insignia, and I'm going to leave them until I start seeing a lot of red numbers, which luckily hasn't happened yet. Alright, now it's my agent's turn, so I used Quick Reflexes, and then the Hotshot. This wipes out their entire team, but Deadpool does come back to life. We do actually have an answer for that one. It's going to be Iron Fist and his Heart of Shao-Lao, followed by 5 Fingers of Death. Once you use Heroic Age Iron Fist level 9, his level 1 now has Fatal Blow. So say goodnight to Deadpool, and now that's going to be the end of the first match already. There's really not a whole lot you can say for AoE attacks and these beefed up super agents in beta. As long as they get to attack, they're going to make quick work of the enemy team, especially if you use the Empowered Infiltrator armor and you give yourself combat reflexes. That equals a damage boost, and most importantly, it's going to make your attack stealthy. In our second matchup, our agent actually goes first, so don't blink or you might miss it. First we'll use Quick Reflexes, and then the Hotshot. So now the entire enemy team is wiped out in one move. It's really crazy right now, but I'm sure the devs are working on it. But for the current state of beta, you really can't rely on long drawn out strategies. You have to focus on explosive burst damage, and most importantly getting your agent turns. Like one of the comments said, it's more like an old-fashioned gunfight rather than a chess match. You can go ahead and throw out this strategy. Whoever's the quickest draw is going to win. I'm actually jealous of anyone who won the Combat Communicator because it's going to cause your agent to attempt to go earlier in combat. You could use it in just about any AoE weapon and you're going to win a lot of matches. As far as holding off the enemy, well, that's what Iron Fist is for. He's going to stop any counterattacks or follow-ups, including the very overpowered Cosmic Cardinal. And speaking of that weapon, I may equip it for the next daily dose. That way I can show you exactly what it's doing as well. For now, we're basically biding our time and waiting for our agent to get off his AoE attack. Remember, we do have a way of giving ourselves combat reflexes, so it doesn't even matter that Groot's protecting. And come on, let's get these I Am Groots out of the way. I want to use my Hotshot already. Of course I say that somewhat in jest, but we are already getting spoiled by these quick matches. Pretty soon we're going to think 2-minute matches are way too long. Alright, and after a lot of I Am Groots, including one of our own, we're finally going to use Quick Reflexes, followed by the Hotshot. Since we have combat reflexes, it's going to be a stealthy attack, and we don't have to worry about any protector or counters. So let's see that damage. And we take out 2 out of 3, and we severely hurt their agent. Of course, this does mean Groot goes into cutting form, so he's not exactly dead yet. But he will be. Oh, he will be. Sorry, I was thinking about Yoda telling Luke. Just search for Yoda, you will be on YouTube. But anyways, after using Praying Lotus, we're going to attack the enemy agent with I Am Groot. Then the enemy Groot is going to use some kind of barcode, followed by an exclamation point, and possibly a question mark or two, which my agent will gladly follow up with the Hard Knocks. So good night, Groot. I guess you could say we rocked that baby to sleep. Next, we're going to be moving on to our 4th match, but to be honest with you, I kind of lost track. Okay, we're at 18 wins, so that means it is our 4th match. We still remain undefeated, but that could change at any moment. In fact, this very next team is running the team that I have on defense. However, they do have some different items because I see the Kinetic Blade. Unfortunately for them, we do have our agent up first, and we're going to use Quick Reflexes followed by our AoE attack. But hey, surprisingly, they do take all that damage, and their agent actually is barely hurt. Maybe that explains why we're winning on defense. This one's going to take us a little bit more work, so let's go ahead and use I Am Groot, followed by I Am Groot. As a result, we knock theirs into cutting form, but he's actually going to get a big and fast proc, so it's going to be his turn. He uses Morse code, and then it's going to be the enemy Star-Lord's turn, but luckily he is stunned. Well, lucky for us at least. Then their agent is stunned as well, so we can actually try to finish off their Star-Lord. How I decided on this method is beyond me, but I used the Heart of Shao-Lao, and then the White Hot Iron Fist. We knew their agent was stunned, and Groot's not going to protect, so it really didn't matter what we used. Still, I normally would go with Fatal Blow in that situation. Next, I was hoping my agent would kill theirs, but they somehow managed to dodge. My agent hardly ever misses in beta, so that was pretty shocking. It's also going to cause this match to go much longer than it normally would have. In fact, if the other matches weren't so short, I would go ahead and speed it up. On Iron Fist's turn, he's going to get a follow-up attack, so we begin by using the Iron Fist, and then our combo misses as well. This allows the enemy agent to live once again, and as a result, they're going to use Light Fantastic. I mean, talk about annoying. On my agent's turn, I guess I'll use the Blackest Void, after we go ahead and get quick reflexes. After this, their Groot is actually going to come back in the full form. And because of all the misses, I think this match is going to take as long as all the other ones combined. This is actually why I thought about using Gamora, and I even threw her in for a few practices. With her and the Guardian Insignia, we would have a guaranteed hit. But I mean, what are you gonna do? We're using Iron Fist for a reason, and this is the only slow match so far. After using our Healing Chi on our agent, he's going to be back at full health. This does, however, remove burning and poisoned, and it's going to prevent debuffs. Or maybe I spoke too soon, because if we take some damage from that improbability field, and then we're going to actually use the Atom Smasher ourselves. This will of course wipe out the enemy agent, and it does hurt Groot. Still, on his turn, like I said, he does get to grow up, and then he's going to attack one of us with an I Am Groot. I totally called it. Wow, it's like I have ESP sometimes. Oh, and it looks like he was going for the follow-up, but we got to interrupt it with a combo breaker. So now let's go ahead and use the Groot bottom drop, and then we'll finish it off with our 5 Fingers of Death Fatal Blow. After this long match, I feel like we're due for another short one. Let's just hope our agent never misses 2 attacks again. Well, I mean, at least not in beta. If he does, I can tell you we'll be using Movie Gamora really soon. Well, the good news is we're 19-0, and now it's time for the 5th and final match. So let's get that 10,000 silver and move on. I'm definitely hoping for an easy opponent. So anyways, let's go ahead and see who we get. Believe it or not, it's actually going to be a familiar face, the Medusa and Avalanche team. Also, we get very lucky and our agent's up first. So let's go ahead and use our quick reflexes, followed by the hot shot. And so here goes nothing, our AoE attack, and that's going to end the fight. I guess we got our wish, they don't get too much quicker than that. Since all we have to do is collect our silver and our roulette reward, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video. But first, we did get a promotion to the Diamond League. Next up is going to be Vibranium. But for now, our Daily 5 is over, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It greatly helps me out. And until next time, good luck, and take care.